Bienvenidos a Carolina Ahora, Noticias in Spanglish. Soy María Fernanda Barriga Mateos.
Y soy Kristen Bennett, and today it's a little gloomy outside, but it's bright in the studio because it's our final show, and we're excited to share that with you guys. But first, we have to take care of some business. La semana que viene, HB 10 se convierte en la ley. Alía Mitchell está aquí con más información. Alía.
Gracias, Chrisanne. De acuerdo con HB 10, los sheriffs de Carolina del Norte deben cooperar con inmigración y aduanas para identificar y detener a individuos que se sospecha están en el país sin permiso. Se puede detener 48 horas o hasta que la agencia pueda recogerlos. La semana pasada, Antelmo Salazar, presidente del colectivo de Norte Carolina, expresó su frustración.
Después de ver una pandemia y después de ver un huracán, siguen con sus proyectos de leyes antiinmigrantes. Lo que quieren ellos es que nos vayamos, pero si nos vamos, ¿quién va a sacar a la economía adelante?
Por otro lado, Dustin Hall, patrocinador del HB 10 y representante de Carolina del Norte, defendió la legislación, destacando la seguridad pública.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's unbelievable to me that any law enforcement officer who truly is trying to do everything that they can to keep their folks safe would not already cooperate with ICE. And I think it's unfortunate that we even need this bill.
Now, we reached out to the Wake County Sheriff. Through a statement, he told us deputies will not be detaining anyone solely suspected of being in the country illegally. As he put it, if someone is arrested for, quote, specific and egregious crimes, end quote, deputies must now figure out if the person has permission to be in the country. If deputies can't determine the status, they must notify ICE. Chrisanne?
Thank you, Alía. Cambios propuestos a las reglas sobre conducta en el campus en las universidades de la UNC System. Este surge después de las protestas el semestre pasado sobre la guerra en Gaza y del vandalismo a varios edificios durante una protesta en septiembre. Las políticas propuestas requerían aviso previo para las manifestaciones, disciplinar a los estudiantes para mala conducta en otros campus del sistema de la UNC y ordenar que los manifestantes permanezcan al menos de 50 pies de cualquier entrada a las clases. Intentamos hablar con el presidente del sistema de UNC, Peter Hans, y con la Junta de Gobernadores sobre estas políticas, pero no respondieron. Y ahora, en otras noticias, nos queda un mes para que llegue la Navidad. Carolina del Norte es el segundo productor de árboles Fraser, la variedad más popular de árboles de Navidad. Carolina del Norte cosecha más de 3 millones de árboles de Navidad cada año, generando más de 144 millones de dólares en ventas en 2022. Los agricultores se están preparando para la temporada de Navidad, especialmente del parte oeste de Carolina del Norte. Helene destruyó carreteras y causó deslizamientos de tierra y granjas en el oeste de Carolina del Norte. Carter's Christmas Tree Farm, ubicada en Newland, Carolina del Norte, perdía aproximadamente 6,000 árboles. Sin embargo, la granja mandará un árbol de Navidad a la Casa Blanca este diciembre. La directora ejecutiva de Carolina Norte Christmas Tree Association detalla cómo los consumidores pueden apoyar a los agricultores.
We're helping the growers by working with partner organizations with the Department of Agriculture, the Department of Transportation, the university to be able to get access, road access and access to their farms. Buy a real Christmas tree, whether it be from a Choose and Cut farm, whether it's from a grocery store, a chain store.
Y si quieres apoyar a otras empresas del oeste de Carolina del Norte, muchos han abierto justo a tiempo para la temporada especial. El Centro de Arte Folk en Blue Ridge Parkway exhibirá artistas del Southern Highland Craft Guild. Habrá escobas hechas a mano, adornos para árboles de Navidad y edredones, tejidos, vidrio, tallas de madera y cerámicas downtown. Asheville también tiene tiendas, galerías y restaurantes como Grove, Arcade y Battery Park Book Exchange, que están listos para recibirlos. Y no se olviden de River Arts District. Al comprar artesanías y productos locales esta temporada navideña, no solo podrías encontrar regalos únicos, sino también apoyar recuperación del oeste de Carolina del Norte y ayudar a las empresas locales y reconstruir después del huracán Helene. Now,
Thank you, Maria, and welcome to our last episode of Mind Matters. Congratulations, Tar Heels, for making it to yet another semester. Earlier, we were able to tackle stress management techniques and ways to avoid seasonal depression, but now it's time to celebrate. The semester's almost done, and today we're ending it on a much lighter note. As we begin to head home for Thanksgiving and winter break, many of us will be surrounded by friends, family, and those who we cherish most. Now, school is stressful, trust me, I know, and we all need time to recharge, but while you're taking that much-needed break, don't forget to check in with the people around you who care about you the most. Let's talk about the brain. You know what I always say, if you want to know what's going on, you have to go to the source. The two areas of the brain that we're looking at today are the ventral medial prefrontal cortex and the anterior cingulate cortex. Now, I know I keep throwing big words at you guys all semester, but again, we're going to break it down. These two parts play a role in making these social connections meaningful. The VMPFC helps evaluate the emotional and social reward of social interactions, like bonding with your loved ones. And the ACC monitors the importance of those interactions and helps us resolve conflicts between social and emotional goals. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, Chris-Ann, we'll be nice, but I want you guys to do more than just grab a snack from the kitchen and hide out in your rooms. To stimulate these areas and strengthen those connections with your family and friends, I created a few festive ideas to make it easy for you guys. First of all, share your gratitude. Write a cute note or have everyone at the dinner table say something that they're grateful for. Gratitude is known to activate your brain's reward system, and it deepens those emotional connections too. Bake or cook something together. Collaborate on a holiday recipe like cookies or pie to build bonds and engage the ACC. And it's a bonus because your house will be smelling delicious and it puts everybody in a great mood. Plan some acts of kindness. Create holiday care packages for those in need or deliver treats to neighbors. Kindness is known to stimulate oxytocin, which is just a hormone in the brain that helps associate joy with giving. And lastly, make sure to give some thoughtful gifts. Giving engages the VMPFC as you evaluate what joy it would bring to your loved ones. And plus, it's a great excuse to go shopping for that extra special present. So this holiday season, let's not just recharge, but let's take some time to reconnect. By building those special bonds and spreading kindness, you're making the holidays brighter, and you're giving your brain a boost too. Now we have a special guest on Elevando Voces. Maria, who do we have?
Thank you, Chris. And hoy en Elevando Voces tenemos a Brian Sorto Hernández aquí en el estudio. He is a student de último año aquí en UNC, quien se especializará en desarrollo de liderazgo humano y organizacional y dolor menor en políticas públicas y español para las profesiones jurídicas. He is part of the Southern Education Leadership Initiative Fellowship, where he was placed with Every Texan, a nonprofit in Austin, Texas, working in public policy where he focused on education. He researched the economic impacts of the 1982 Supreme Court case, Plyer versus Doe, which ensured free education for undocumented students. Thank you, Brian, for being in studio with us.
Thank you for having me.
And we wanted to know what your experience with Every Texan has influenced your perspective on public health and or education.
Yeah, so my experience at Every Texan really brought me a new perspective on how important local politics is and local elections. Nosotros pensamos mucho y nos enfocamos en las elecciones federales como las elecciones presidenciales, pero a veces nos olvidamos de que hay también elecciones en el nivel local, como las elecciones para el gobernador o elecciones para el consejo en una ciudad. So es muy importante de que nosotros sabemos quién está postulándose para esas elecciones, porque ellos pasan muchas políticas en el nivel local que afectan a nuestros estudiantes, que afectan a nuestro sistema público de educación y a nuestros distritos aquí en nuestros estados.
Right, and could you also share some of the findings you did in the research on the economic impacts of the court case Plyer versus Doe?
Yeah, so giving the opportunity for any student to attend a public K-12 education system, whether you are documented or not, helps them mobilize here in the United States economically and socially. Los estudiantes que están protegidos por este caso de la Corte Suprema, tienen la oportunidad de asistir a la escuela de kinder al grado 12 y pueden seguir su educación en community college o en la universidad, o también pueden contribuir a nuestra sociedad y economía en el sector laboral. También ellos pagan impuestos, millones de dólares en impuestos locales, en impuestos estatales y impuestos federales. So ellos contribuyen a nuestra economía igual que cualquier persona que nació acá en los Estados Unidos.
And lastly, what has driven you to working and or majoring in public policy and education?
Yeah, so I think my lived experiences has really kept me driven in doing the work that I do today. I strive for educational equity in our society and so that everyone has the same opportunity in the public K through 12 education system. Yo no quiero que otros estudiantes o otras generaciones que vienen después de mí que pasen por lo que yo pasé. Yo tuve que sobrepasar muchos obstáculos y muchas barreras en mi educación y no quiero que otros estudiantes pasen por eso. So through policy and advocating for my community, I hope that one day I can run for office and pass legislation that will make education more equitable for everyone, no matter where you come from and what background you're from.
Thank you, Brian, and thank you for sharing your experience. And now we will hear from Dahlia with another edition of Pruébalo.
Gracias, Maria. On this week's segment of Pruébalo, we're visiting Mecca's Empanadas in Durham. Mecca serves a variety of Argentinian empanadas with classic fillings like ham and cheese, beef, and chicken. The restaurant opened in 2015 by two brothers, Hernan and Santiago Moyano, and their childhood best friend, Ricky Joffre, who are all from Buenos Aires, Argentina. Hernan, one of the owners, said the goal of the restaurant is to encourage the community to get together with friends and family to share empanadas.
And you can have all different flavors in just one meal. It's not that when you get empanadas, you're getting one thing. I'm getting empanadas, but I can get beef, chicken, and spinach, or corn, or a vegetable. So there's something for everybody.
Mecca's is located in Durham's Hope Valley neighborhood in the back corner of the plaza next to Harris Teeter. The restaurant is open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Now, let's hear from Emma Kane with an update on Carolina athletics.
Thank you, Dahlia. It was a week of highs and lows for Carolina fans in the world of sports. Carolina's women's soccer team is still as strong as ever as the team advanced to the quarterfinals after defeating Minnesota. The Heels had a shutout performance, scoring 3 times throughout, highlighting the team's dominant offense. After the first goal, the Heels were able to read Minnesota's defense, easily break it down, and score almost identical second and third goals. With the high offensive IQ, it is no surprise that with this win gave the Heels their 150th tournament win. And while it might be getting colder in North Carolina, the men's basketball team headed to Hawaii to warm up and, of course, play in the Maui Invitational. Going into the game, everyone knew Dayton had a strong offense and that UNC has some holes to fill on defense, but no one could have guessed UNC would go down by 21 points with 17 minutes left in the game. The Heels turned it around, and at 3 minutes and 25 seconds, the Tar Heels trailed by 1, and in the end, walked away with the win. UNC's second biggest comeback in school history. The Carolina women are also pulling out the wins as the women's basketball team had a dominant performance against Indiana. The team held their opponent under 40 points, the win giving the Tar Heels the 2024 Battle for Atlantis title. Back to you, Maria and Chris Ann.
Gracias por ver a Carolina Ahora, and thank you for a great semester.
Asegúrate de seguir nuestra Instagram en Carolina UNC. And hasta la próxima. Gracias y adiós.